With health anxiety, the brain, well, first of all, when you're in a state of fight or flight, right? You're in an elevated state, you get the looping thoughts, the health anxiety, intrusive thoughts, the what if thoughts constantly there. It's easy to latch onto things that fit how you're feeling. When it, right, you create this belief reality because that word, fits what you're feeling. So you latch onto these labels. Um, And that's not good because then you have this belief, this reality that will keep you in that reality for years and years to come. And you're going to doubt anything that says otherwise. And I think 99% of the people that are dealing with chronic illness are dealing with that. And why you see people out there that have been sick for 20 years and then they complain. Well, you look into the Facebook groups, the toxic Facebook groups, or any group or forum that reaffirm that you're a special case and that you're sick and that you need to, right, just get used to this. This is your life now. This is your label. This is your prison sentence. It's a life sentence, right? So of course we know that with Googling. When you Google, you just reaffirm the reality, right? You literally create this different vortex reality that you step into, and it stays like that because you create your reality, right? So when you surround yourself with a certain vibration, you jump into that vibration, and it is what you become, that, right? A little bit of woo-woo shit in there. So, and I know the symptoms, the sensations, right, feel so insane. They're supposed to. They're supposed to be very insane, very, how would you say, um, on a scale of 1 to 10, it feels like a 20 out of 10. Actually, they feel more real than the real thing itself. And even if it is the real thing, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the fix is the same, right? But the sensations feel so intense, there's the word, right? Inside of you, even it shows out outside in your mind, in your body. It feels so intense that you add in a sprinkle of health anxiety, intrusive thoughts, OCD looping thoughts, a lot of doubt, right? A tablespoon of analyzing, and then you got a recipe for a different reality that doesn't have to be that reality. The brain goes, okay, right, it'll see other words or other people that are sick, and it'll go, let's try that on. Let's try it on. Let's wear. Oh, it fits really good. Oh, right. And then somebody talked about their hip surgery a week ago, and guess what? Now your hip hurts, right? You saw your grandma was talking about her knee pain, and now you're fucking, because of the health anxieties. Now you got the knee pain. So we all know about that, how it likes to try things on. But when you surround you, this is why I say you got to create a little bit of a bubble. Because in your environment, these ligers, they creep in to your belief system. And that's right. We become slaves to these alarm orbs. These core beliefs start to form, and then that's your reality. So be aware of that, right? Let's say here's an example. The word inflammation is everywhere, right? People decide to latch onto something and they be kind of self-diagnose, right? It's like, yeah, I'm dealing with this pain. I feel this. It's like, it's really hot in here. My head hurts right here. My head hurts here, right? And then they read about inflammation and they got this, the CSI goes, and all these cells going, right, and going, and it's all red, right? And you got a blood clot moving around, and it's like, it looks hurty, it looks hard, it looks broken, it looks chaotic, right? And you add the word inflammation in there, right? And people go, yeah, I have this inflammation, right? It's throbbing, it's the painful. Well, my naturopath thinks I have mass inflammation in my shoulder. There's a lot of inflammation, right? So that word, you latch onto it because it fits how you feel. But then you try on this suit label reality and you zip it up and there you go. You're playing that role now. That's your reality and it keeps you stuck. And I see this all the time. I see this all. I did it for a while. Hey. That's why I can talk about it. I did it for a while. I would latch on to different. This is why I had to stop Googling, investigating, doing all the research for how many years? Right? And even if you stop doing the research that you did in the past is going to come to slap you in the face and go, remember you researched that thing about the biome? Yeah, well, now your beliefs, it's going to be hard for you to move forward because of that thought. It cancels out any positive movement you have forward because, right, it'll use it to get your attention. So try not to latch on to these words and labels because they suit your sensation that you have. Yeah, the sensation feels real, even if it's real, even if it's a real body manifestation that's structural. At the end of the day, the label, right, it's not a good idea to latch onto it. And it's really easy to self-diagnose. I did it all the time. I had doctors doing all kinds of tests because I said, hey, I have my myasthenia gravis. I think I have the Gravis disease thing where I feel really weak. I feel like, and then they like, Helmut, we'll do the test for myasthenia. I can't even say it anymore. Don't Google it, please. Because then you're going to go down the rabbit hole, right? It's really easy to read something. Somebody posts somewhere, right? 1,000 people post, in the comments sections. Yeah, dude, I did this and I had that, and now I'm on the meds and I'm okay somewhat, but I'm still sick, but I'm living. People will go, that's probably me. That's probably me. The brain goes, we're looking for safety, constant safety, hope, safety. The intruder, the truth. It's always looking for safety while you're in the danger. The reassurance that, hey, I can fix this with that. Maybe that's my. Right? It's a constant game show. Ding, 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 ding. So you're constantly playing at the casino. Ding, 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 ding. Right? But you're winning nothing. You're going in broke. You're going in broke. You're coming out even broker. Right? That's where you're broke. But the thing is, stop. You got to stop self-diagnosing. I always say, go get checked. Cross all your I's. Dot all your T's so you can lean on it, right? Whatever comes up, okay, I have this, but I don't have that. I have a little bit of, okay, cool, right? Don't obsess with the labels, right? You know where you stand. You have a ground to stand on, to lean on when the health anxiety decides to hijack you, right? So, but it's really easy to self-diagnose, especially when you have a crowd of people latching on to all kinds of things. And then, it explains everything you feel because now you have an identity, because before you were just in la la land. You're in the world with no answers, and you'd rather identify with something that gives you answers so you don't go fucking crazy, wondering where do I stand with my symptom? What am I? What is, right? I gotta get a bottle of water. Limbo land. I was in limbo land many times. I had all the tests done. Right? They got nothing. Right? So I needed something. So I grabbed onto a lot of things. I grabbed onto a lot of things before the tests. And then the test said those things I didn't have. And even though I had the test, it took me a while to let go of those labels. And then eventually I latched onto other things. The world of the natural path, right? Functional medicine, it creates these new aged labels that are like, yeah, the Western medicine, they don't understand. Ask a doctor about leaky gut. It's all corrupt. This is why, right? So you go on one side, right, and then you walk across the street and go to the opposite. It's like we think that there's a dark side and then the other side. This is the dark side of this is the dark side, the Western medicine, and then the good side is naturally the herbalist or the naturopath or natural remedies with diets and blah 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 blah, blah functional. Yeah, we'll do tests on your biome, We'll do tests on your. We'll get some skin samples. We'll get some hair samples, and we'll get we'll get that checked out and see where your mitochondria sit in your nervous system. We might just support the nervous system. You might need to take some candida, right? And they give you the new labels: leaky gut, SIBO, right? There's 1,000 of them. There's 1,000 of new labels that you're like, oh, this is what it's been the whole time. This Western medicine's been blocking this. They don't want you to know because the naturopath. I'm not saying all naturopaths. Most of them, they really think they're helping you. They really do, and some of them actually do help a little bit, but most of them, it's just. I think it's just the wrong. I believe my opinion is I think it's just you're totally missing the main root issue, even though they say, well, we're different because we get to the root. We're different because we get to the root, right? But they're not. They're just finding another different. They're just finding more symptoms for you to, get labeled as, or, realities for you to fall into, and supplements for you to buy, and things for you to fix. And they got to keep you coming because, they got to make their money. So it's the same shit. So, you go one side and then that doesn't. So obviously you can go the opposite side, but it's designed to it's the same bullshit. So you're wasting the time, money, energy, beliefs, more doubt. You think you're really broken. You are a special case. So what now? Right? So the whole process, you've been self-diagnosing, I'm sure. How many of you in the comments tell me, and be honest, maybe some of you have self-diagnosed right now, right? How many in the past latched onto something and started telling people you have this or that, or you believe that yourself that you have this or that, right? And you're 100,000% convinced, right? That's the problem. You got to stop doing that, because even if it is that, you stop it anyway, because 9 times out of 10, the fix is the same. It's irrelevant, right? Even zooming into the biome, even zooming into your liver, or your blood-brain barrier, or the mitochondria, or like the mitochondria, it's a real thing, right? It could be compromised because, well, what do you expect? You're in a state of fight or flight, but don't look at that. It doesn't matter, right? Why are we even looking at that, right? Get out of the dis-ease and get back into the ease, and everything gets back online. And then if you were to look at the mitochondria again after your thriving health, you probably won't even care to. Like, I don't even care if it looks the same. But I bet you it doesn't. I bet you the motherfucker gene, there's some differences. I bet you it doesn't apply. I bet you, right? Things change. Things adapt. Things update. Things start to work like they were supposed to before you looked at it when it looked broken. So when you're looking at these pie charts and these tests and these labels, right, you're being conditioned to label things as reality. So there's people I've worked with where they're like, yeah, but I have this, and then I have that, and then I'm dealing with a lot of this. I'm like, who told you that? Did a doctor diagnose you with that? Did they diagnose you with that? Well, no. How did I know to ask you that? Well, I don't know. Right. So if you have this thing, this symptom, are you able to do this and go over there and do that? Yeah. Well, then you don't have this thing. It just doesn't feel good, right? And then you have resistance. So then you have these sensations and you don't like it. So you don't do that thing that you should be doing. And because that sensation feels so convincing, it paints a certain picture that mimics and fits the vision that you have of what it is. And then when you get that word, oh yeah, that fits. So you create your own little puzzle. You force these little puzzles to fit together, and you create this reality that literally you made up yourself, and it suits how you feel inside. Really good. I get it. Doesn't that make sense? But guess what? It's all smokes and mirrors. Poof. It's all fucking smokes. Even if it was real, even if you got it, even if the things that you diagnosed yourself and you nailed it, that's also relevant. Do you really need to have the, sure, have the label for a bit so you can kind of feel sane and go, okay, I knew there was something. See, mom? See, whoever this, thought I was crazy looking for attention. Okay, have that justice for a bit, right? Have that justice for a bit, but then come back down from the cloud and go, I'm going to put that label aside. I'm going to stop self-diagnosing. I'm going to stop going on Google. I'm going to get off of Facebook. I'm going to stop analyzing, fixing, trying to figure out, right? Trying to get rid of. And I'm going to give this mind-body thing a shot. I'm going to let my body, my brain, I'm going to update the program. This is how I support it. By updating the program by showing up every day and doing the work. Because being a programmer takes a lot of work. Only if you have to reprogram a whole program, right? But eventually it becomes a lifestyle. You don't have to do much programming because you have the new program set in place. You just got to make sure it's up to date. Oh yeah, we're good. It's not like you got to update, Windows 92 to Windows 2025, right? But that's why it takes time. Because we have these old programs that we got to update. So it takes time to get there because we're biological. Things take time to adjust and change. But if you're done this journey, right, and you keep up on it, it doesn't take much. So the topic today is mainly don't limit yourself by latching on to that. Yeah, but I have inflammation here. There's inflammation here. Yeah, I'm like, this is what I said. I'm like, yeah, so what? You know what? I want you to have more inflammation. More inflammation. I want it to come in and out 1,000 times so you become indifferent to the inflammation. Because that word inflammation, it feels like fire, right? Blood clots going, right? Sickness, disease, right? Broken, structural damage. That's like that one guy says, emotional damage. We're gonna go structural damage, right? I know it fits it like a shoe. It fits the shoe, fits the Cinderella thing, right? But it doesn't mean that's what it is. And even if it is, stop putting that shoe on and zipping it up and going, this is my reality. This is my reality, right? Instead, you create your reality, start shifting towards moving forward, updating the system, bring those allostatic loads down. Don't ruminate, fix, try to figure out, analyze, get rid of, right? Bring that survival state down by doing the work, right? Slowly going from here at 1,000 back down to maybe 0, maybe 100. That's good enough, right? That takes time. Work on that. And then the alarms get turned off. You get less of the health anxiety, right? And you won't latch onto things anymore. And then you're going to sit with confidence that it doesn't matter because you're the one, everything's within you. You are the director. Whatever something comes up, you're a cork in water. You know how to handle it because you've been through this journey and it's taught you a lot of things. So don't latch on to shit because it sounds convincing, right? Even a person, this is another thing a lot of people do, and I did it. You watch somebody in a white lab coat with the pointer stick. Yeah, that was the old school. Whatever. They show you all these diagrams and pie charts and use fancy words. And, right? That's the brain loves to look for safety. And the more something sounds complicated, the more it sees safety in it because it seems credible. Right? It does that. It almost interviews the source and goes, oh, yeah, it sounds complicated. Oh, that he's a doctor. He's got the white lab coat. He's okay. He's like, the T cells are in line with blood type C713, sorry, point decimal, right? That sounds, oh, fuck, that sounds convincing. That sounds okay. That's my answer. That I see safety in that. right? People see safety in complicated shit because it means there's science. That means that's what I need to fix this problem because my problem, I'm complicated. I'm a special case, so I need a complicated solution to free me from this shit. But when you give people a simple solution, eh, eh, no, that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the feeling, the description. It's got to be complicated. Please tell me that, right? And this is where people go, okay, you can tell somebody, hey, I have this thing, this program. You will only feel 60% better. And you got to go on a regimen of supplements every Tuesday, but you have to skip the leap year because it throws you off, or you have to start all over again. And you got to take 5 supplements every day, except for the leap year every other Tuesday, some of them on the Tuesday. And you will only feel 60% better. But that's better than what you're at right now, right? And then when people hear that, they go, that's truth. That's safety. I believe in that. Where do I sign up? Give me the supplements. Give me the... Right? See how that works? How we find safety in complicated things that we like the words, inflammation, right? That's how it works. That's why he tries the things on. He likes to try shit on, right? So don't self-diagnose yourself and settle and fall for less because you have the doubt coming in telling you, no. Do the 60%. You can do that. Don't go for the 100% because that sounds too good to be true. From all the conditioning that we've had throughout the years, 9 times out of 8, it sounds too good to be true. Well, we're going to try to change that. We're going to try to change it around where it's like only 60%, bro. That's a fucking joke. I need 200%. And I got 200%. I want to be thriving so hard that it hurts. I almost get symptoms because I'm thriving so hard. I don't want it, right? You're not getting rid of intrusive thoughts, negative thoughts. You know what? I'm at a point right now I get intrusive happy thoughts, right? I'm so fucking happy that it's making me sick, right? That's what the norm should be. We should be normalizing that, not normalizing doom, fear, and that you're a special case and that you will always be stuck and never recover. Right? That was my reality for a long time. Now, my reality is, man, everybody can be thriving. It's like drinking, right? Thriving? Yes. What about it? What about it? Thriving is like walking from here to over. Everybody is allowed to have that. Thriving is like picking this pen up. What's the big deal? Yeah. It's like, imagine you fast forward 2,000 years, right? And you were to ask the population, so what is it like with disease? What's that word? Oh, you mean, okay, imbalances. Yeah, that happens. That happens once in a while, but most people, they live to be 5,000 years old if they want. They don't have to. Some people decide to move on and transition to another body, but so you're talking about like sickness? Well, yeah, well, nobody like, unless you choose to be sick. Do you want to be sick? We can allow that experience to happen. Some people like to have that experience to see what that is like. But you're from 2,000, 5,000 years ago. All right, you guys didn't know. Okay. No, yeah. Just so you know, you choose what you want to do. You can be fully healed. That's not even a big deal. It's just yeah, you guys were in the dark for a long time. That's a sad period. That's sad that you guys, yeah, I read about that in history class. That you guys, right? Interesting. Wow. What was that like? What is that like now? Why don't you just stop? Why don't you just... What do you mean? Stop. Well, it's a choice. You can just... I don't know what you mean. Well, you have to reprogram it. You connect with your higher self. Higher what? Higher... This sounds like spiritual mumbo jumbo. What do you... Okay, yeah, I have to remind myself. I'm talking to a legit future guy. Sorry. Yeah. So, what is that like? Why did you choose to be sick? I don't understand. Why are you choosing this? Is this for, I'm not choosing this. I don't want this. I want this to stop. Can you help me? Can you? Right. So that's where it should be, not normalizing sickness. So anyway, I totally went left field a little too long. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I am going to be live Mondays 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Wednesdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Fridays 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going through a bit of a transition on this channel, so bear with us, bear with me. I'm also filming lots of videos and content, so that's going to take me a little time. So I thought, why don't I just go live and have fun with the community and chat? So today's topic was pretty much just reaffirming, don't self-diagnose, don't latch on to these realities because you're the programmer. At the end of the day, it's all irrelevant. The fix is the same. All right. I know somebody in class today had a question about seasons, but we'll wait for her to ask it. And I'll get some shout outs. Shout out. All right, Tani. Hi, Helmut. Please like, share. Please subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Right now, my algorithm's been tanking like crazy because of the transition from one channel to another. So it's going to take me probably 3 to 4 months to rebuild. So please keep supporting me, and I thank you guys for supporting me. Really appreciate it. Love you guys. So hit share, subscribe, hit the notification bell when I go live, and just join us for the conversations. You know what I mean? Here we go. Broken hype machine. That's what I did with my food sensitivity. The more research I did, the worse the symptoms became, and I built the case for sickness. Thank you. That was amazingly said. Right? You built that case. You supported it. You programmed that in there. You reaffirmed that the alarms that it sent was correct. Right? When we get up to a capacity, certain capacity, the brain sends sensitivity to help us. Believe it or believe it. Right? It sends a sensitivity to help us to give a little relief on the allostatic load because this thing's full. Right? Having all these foods right now is not possible because our allostatic loads are full. And we got to start processing some of this energy to dissolve. So it sets limiters up, right? So it goes, yeah. Give them a couple of sensitivities because we gotta, give them a histamine issues. Come on. That's how it does it. So thank you, Broken Hype Machine. It sounds like Garrett, my buddy Garrett. Same with hormonal issues. I used to say the same playbook and made it worse. Thank you. You got it. I think he's one of my clients who went from eating, having severe reactions to gluten, wheat, hormonal issues, big time, massive post-traumatic stress. He would work out and it would ruin him working out because he wouldn't be able to build muscle. He had a lot of issues, and he's about 90% recovered, and he's thriving. He's building muscle without even trying, right? He just has to walk by a gym, and he's got a fucking, right? We're going to be doing an interview with him to see. He's been on the journey for 2 years, doing the work, right? Going through the awakening. I've been there alongside to make sure he's staying on the journey, and massive shifts, and he's almost there. So we're going to do an interview with him, and then we're going to do an update in a year from now to see where he's at. Because even if symptoms go away, I tell people keep going because you'll be surprised at what else resolves. Right? Nicole, good to see you yesterday during our dance, today during class, right? And right now, amazing. You're a trooper. Awesome. Yes, we got some trolls today. Love it. Hey, Caleb, welcome. Yes, that's my voice. Lawrence, Canada. Good morning. Where are you from? Inflammation. Yeah, so is candida. So is there was so many hot words out there. The vagus nerve is another one. It's a buzzword. Inflammation. Yeah, leaky gut. My inflammation. So the buzzwords get tossed around. Leaky gut. So I have, activated charcoal, blood-brain barrier, inflammation. inflammation, right? So people, yeah. Angela, I haven't seen you in so long. I miss you. How I've been feeling really burned out on my visuals. I can't seem to get into them anywhere. I'm struggling to come out with new ones. Any suggestions? Make them up. Totally make them up. You know what I used to do? I used to watch Nemo's Dreamscapes and listen to a 1940s video, and I would get the juices running. And I'd play the music, and then I'd press record on my phone. So I'd have my little tablet, Nemo's Dreamscapes. It would have 1940s music, and I picture myself in a past life, right? Past life, maybe a farmer in the 1950s, even 1950s. Family, we're having Thanksgiving dinner. Family is over from an hour away, and I talk about the decorations, and then I also pretended I was a 7-year-old in my bed, dog sleeping at the end of my bed, and my parents are downstairs listening to music from the 1940s, and they're having a couple of drinks, right? And I would just get lost in it, and the juices would flow, and then I stopped doing my past visuals because my brain got bored of them. And then I shifted from doing that for a while to doing 100% all future, because that I couldn't stop. Future visuals, I love them. I would just keep making shit up and being in tune with my higher self. I used to also talk to my future self. I go, hey, give me some advice, man. What's the future look like? Hey, give me some. I know you can't tell me everything, but tell me something. And I'd be like, first of all, I want to thank you for all the hard work you've done in the past. Because of all the hard work you're doing right now, I'm able to live the life of my dreams. So I want to thank you. You're a fucking superhero, right? I start with that, and I continue and just get lost in it. It's amazing. So nice to see you again, Chelsea. Good to see you, Pit Boss. Good to see you. Welcome. Here we go, Scott. Some people think it's gross, but it's really good on toast. Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. Love it. And also, for the people that are here regularly, use these trolls. This is how we're practicing, right? Use these trolls as a way to allow the discomfort, because I'm sure some of the comments will be very interesting. Ski trip. There you go. There you go. Allergies. Yeah, I suffered a bunch of things. I couldn't take any medications because I was too sensitive. I was too insanely sensitive. I couldn't take nothing. Right? So, all right. Sandwich. Hey, yo. PCP. Love it. Welcome aboard, people. Only label, I am the great allower. Allow the brain pop. Yeah. I am, professional. I'm the professional allower. Right. As soon as you believe the lies, they become reality, pretty much. Right. Hello from Spain. Right. Awesome. Scandinavian winter is coming, and I freak. Oh man, I bet you it's so beautiful. Use it all as an opportunity to focus on yourself. I created a bubble and cut everybody out of my life pretty much. Not in a negative way, just a bubble. And I needed to have my time to focus on myself, and then eventually I got back to everything else. I also cut some friends out forever, but and I used to use the seasons, which is the topic also for today, the seasons to recalibrate. Because when you're severely dealing with symptoms and sensitive to the sun, cold weather, hot weather, right, light, it can be very difficult. But you use the coping mechanisms in the beginning. I used to wear a white hat, fisherman's hat, a white button-up shirt, long sleeve, white pants. Yeah, long pants. And I would, try to go out when I could. My symptoms would activate, right? And then eventually, the first year I struggled in the winter, I struggled in the summer. It was, I did my best. And then the year after that, these symptoms went away. And then the year after that, I was thriving. Where I'd be in the winter and I wouldn't feel hardly any, right? I was able to be in -17 walking around, and I would take my jacket off, walking around in my shirt for 10 minutes at a time, right? And I'd feel nothing. Meanwhile, everybody around me is freezing their ass off and getting cold, getting sick. So I was bulletproof, right? But you got to start somewhere. And the seasons are the best way to bring them as opportunities to help you regulate, because it activates you, pushes on you, it activates you, which gives something for you to allow to bring that survival state down, right? So it helps you, it supports you, but you don't like it. It doesn't feel good. You might get setbacks, right? This is where the theory of doing cold water plunges comes in. But I couldn't do that through my journey because it was too overwhelming. It's like putting gasoline on the fire with anything, right? With anything, you got to do things in a way so you have the capacity to do them. So after I recovered, right, after a person recovers and they're regulated, doing the cold water plunges, let's say you're down to here at 0, doing the cold water plunge when you're at this level, it actually can bring it down to -15, right? See this meter that I have here, this graph? You can recalibrate your survival state to come down even -0, right? So that you're so resilient, you can handle all kinds of crazy things. And people are like, oh my God, you're like never sick. How are you? Right. And I was like that for a while. So that can be you too. You too. What's that song? I can't think of a U2 song. Pakistan, good to see you. Singing Tree, good to see you. I say I'm experiencing now. Love it. Scotland. That's probably the Irish or the English fucking accent. I probably did that wrong. Fiona Hughes. I have done all of this, spent a fortune on alternative therapies, supplements, and I felt like a path forward, but exactly. And 6 months, mind body work. It took me 3 years. Oh, Chilliwack, BC. Jody, good to see you. We got a lot of new people here. This is great. BC, oh man. Like I want to move to Alberta or BC or somewhere where the West Coast is. I want to go Osoyoos, BC is very beautiful. I kind of want to live there too, but anywhere where there's the desert, where there's winter, where there's mountains and lakes, sign me up. Right? Sweden. Thank you, Michael. For me, it was just, I'm going all from experience. So all the research that I did in my life, the years and years of research, rabbit holes, did nothing. My experience was the answer. So this is why I'm here. I try to share my experience with everybody. Norway, no way. That's beautiful. It's probably nice and cool there. Oh man. Your cap looks filthy. It's actually clean. I've used this for 3 years straight, so I got fuzzies. I want to get a new one, but I haven't found one that I like this. So I'll be working on that, actually. Yeah. See, we take this, whatever you feel from it, douchebag wearing a hat indoors. Well, the way I saw it, this is where I feel the feelings. There's not much feeling, but let's pretend there was, right? And the way I view it is, okay, I had a class. I got 15 minutes to get ready to go live, and I'm wearing my hat because I was outside. It was cold outside, right? And I'm like, I don't have time to take the hat off, and then I gotta wash my head because it's gonna have a hat head, right? Hat head. My hair's gonna be all fucked up. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just keep wearing it, and then I'll comb my hair later. So that was my thinking at the time. Formaggio, Vagiola. That sounds like a cologne, right? Oh, toaster strudel. What if the panic comes when you get a thought, though you're allowing? You allow it anyway, and you engage, you move on. Remember, try not to allow to get rid of symptoms, right? Symptoms will shift on their own when they're ready. Susu, good to see you. Thomas, good to see you. Yep, mind body whistleblower. Yep. I try to play ball because sometimes you don't want to deal with censorship or anybody um saying this is too woo woo or anything. So I try to, play ball and not go too crazy with this and just talk about my experience and what I saw, my opinions and what I believe. Right? This is all experiential stuff. Half of it's entertainment just to, right, help you guys through this journey. Hey, Trevor. Uh, Thomas. Yep, already said hi. Who else we got here? Oh, Jasmine. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Pure character lifting some weights saying keep it up. Thank you. What's Thomas saying? I was staring at floaters yesterday and the one call, old scratch vanished, not floated away, not changed position due to eye movement. It literally vanished, not analyzing. Great. So you just allow it to be there, make friends with it. Hope to get more eye floaters because it's more opportunities to build that leverage of indifference. And that's what we want. I'm from Galag. Love it. Where's Galag? That sounds like somewhere it would be in Norway. Brilliant. Brilliant, Thomas. So, did your symptoms just drop off slowly, or did you just wake up and then they were gone? I know you said that it was pretty severe at the end. Well, the whole journey had different symptoms, different stages of recovery, different colors coming in and out. My OCD, my gut issues, and my pelvic floor muscle tension were right up to the end. My OCD got way more severe near the end. Um, yeah, and it just kind of, I just kept things. I got so used to it. It got so normalized that it stopped trying to change and shift to new symptoms. That's what it was. So I had a working flow near the 3 year period. Yeah, sitbacks got intense, but then it stopped after the three. It stopped trying to get my attention. Then it just kind of, I didn't notice that I recovered, type of thing. It's like, oh shit, I haven't been triggering about that thing in what's been 6 months, or I haven't had a pelvic floor pain in, oh shit, 2 months, or shit, I'm able to do this now, and wow, I didn't even notice that it was gone. Oh my goodness, right? I had a lot of that, and then I also you see the improvements. You do. You're like, oh, listen to this. I can now eat. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, okay. So you do see improvements as you go. You also see setbacks get severe, and then you don't see some of the things. So it's all the things, I guess, in a way. Okay. Thanks, Mathis. Welcome. Good to see you. Morgan, good to see you. PhD, pursuing higher dimensions. Love it. Yeah. My anxiety would be a lot lower if I could get away from my wife. I'm sure, yeah, everybody's dealt with family members or people in their lives. This is an opportunity to, look into it, um, and make those changes because it's an alarm. It's on for a reason, right? Took a cold shower and talked to my symptoms. Yeah, exactly. Talk to it as a friend. All right. Jose Lopez, good to see you. Love it. Yo, Sean, where you at? I got like 7 ounces of shrooms. You down? Yeah, no shrooms for me. Maybe in a couple of years, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll want to venture down, a rabbit hole. And I'm seeking attention. There we go. Okay, class was good. Other people recognize it's just fuzzies on your hat. Wash popping, wash popping. I shaved. Here we go. Well, whatever works, man. It's good to just be careful. one-on-one coaching, I was thinking about bringing that back for a month. But I was thinking about doing that after January, because till then I'm building a website, and there's a lot of stuff that's changing. So when I have a time where I have time open up, then I'll start coaching again. Maybe I'll do it earlier, right? I don't know. I'm playing it by ear right now. But anyway, thanks for everybody for joining. This has been great. And I will see you. Today is Monday. I will see you Wednesday, 11 o'clock a.m. Let's see how many people we can get in here. Yes. All right, guys. Love to love you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And get out there and get